For this question, I've already shown my working out and I'll just talk through it just to make the video a little bit shorter. We were told that the car is approaching a set of traffic lights. The traffic lights turn red. It takes 4 seconds for the car to slow down to a stop. So we can see it was travelling along at 20 meters per second. It saw the lights, it then slammed the brakes on and it slowed down like this. We need to work out an estimate for the distance the car travelled in those 5 seconds. So the first thing is you need to remember that the distance travelled is the area underneath a speed time graph. So what I've done here is I've split the area underneath this graph up into 5 different shapes. I've split it up into 5 equal strips. Each one of these strips has got a width of 1 second. And then I've worked out the area of each of them. So the area of strip 1, well, we can see it's just a rectangle. So it's just the base is 1 times the height, which is 20. So 1 times 20 is 20. Shape 2, we can see that is roughly a trapezium. We can see it's not quite a trapezium, but it's close to it, which is why this is an estimate. So the formula for the area of the trapezium, remember, is half a plus b times the distance between those, where a and b are the parallel lengths, h is the distance between them. So here, the height of A is 20, the height of B is 10, the distance between them is 1. So hence why for 2 I've done half times 20 plus 10 times 1. That gives 15. Same thing for 3, again that's trapezium, so we're doing a half 10 plus 5 times 1, which gives 7.5. 4, again this is a trapezium, so again half 5 plus 2 times 1, which is 3.5. And then the final shape over here, this is a triangle, so I've just done half times 2.5, which is the height here, times 1, which is 1 point. Actually, sorry, that should be half times 2 times 1. The height here was 2, not 2.5. So half times 2 times 1 should just be 1. And then add all of those together for the total area, and it's 47. Add all these together, we get 47. So that is an estimate for the area underneath that graph. So that's an estimate for the distance the car travelled in those 5 seconds. For part B, is this an underestimate or an overestimate? It is an overestimate. And the reason why that's an overestimate is I've worked out the area of the trapeziums. So the area I've calculated also includes this little bit here that I've just tried to colour in red. This little bit here, again, colour in red, this little bit here. I've included all 3 of those areas in that 47, but actually they are not underneath the graph. So I've included these extra bits that I shouldn't have done here. So this is an overestimate, it's too big, because the trapeziums, here, here and here, are actually below the curve. Sorry, the trapeziums are above the curve. The actual curve is below the trapeziums. So there we go.